let's go. You ready? Meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Acts for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Just lost my notes.
Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Becker,
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg.
I am here.
We have before us for approval the minutes of our July 18th meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion, we approve those.
I'll second that.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
We will now open for public comment, 3 minutes on any subject.
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, at the last commission meeting, you were crowing about your property tax cut after years and years of 30 to 35 millions of new ratables. You three amigos banditos only managed a measly, paltry 1 mil reduction that would barely get you a pound of lox at Castle's. This farce was nothing more than election year ploy. If you believe otherwise, you need your psychotropics tweaked, since you're obviously suffering from delusions of adequacy. Brigantine has had 4 property tax cuts for the last 4 years in a row.
They shouldn't have taken it in the first place, John.
Mayor, he's using my time up.
It's all right, he can use it. He's the boss.
Brigantine, what is the difference? You three amigos banditos lack the fiscal common sense to do what needs to be done. Brigantine leaders led with a backbone instead of a wishbone. They did not dally and procrastinate in right-sizing their school system to just one school with 500 students. Margate could effortlessly do the exact same thing. Ross School has a stipulated capacity of 300 students, and if the third floor is converted at little or no cost to accommodate another 100 to 150 students easily. The savings are immediate. You get rid of a useless superintendent and a superfluous second principal. $250,000 a year savings. Worst of all, Murphy, Sweeney, Gary Stein are ready to drop the boom on dysfunctional school systems like Margate. And the indices of efficiency, the 7 indices that Margate fails, are calculated by the state with a clear purpose in mind. The problem is that you three banditos can't read the handwriting on the wall, and it ain't pretty. You three banditos must take full responsibility for the fiasco and snafu about to befall Margate and its ill-fated 2 schools. Rather than sell tie to Stockton or Atlantic Cape community for tens of millions of dollars, you'll watch them be expropriated and seized by the state, with an influx of students that cannot and will not be cherry-picked. Rather, a tsunami of sociopathic students that will upend reality for avaricious parents, teachers, and administrators. Margate's Board of Education will be disbanded or altered beyond all recognition. This fate could be tempered if we right-size right now to one and only one school. Mayor, wake up before it's far too late.
That was too late, John.
I was interrupted by this man who puts forth the bogus notion of
Is there any other
Be
public comment?
respectful, John.
bogus notion.
Impossible.
Respectful.
Impossible.
You got to take a lesson from Art, because Art is very respectful.
Yes. 2.
Mr. Respect,
There's Art.
Art Cortelli, 114 North Lancaster Avenue. I added this to mine because I heard the mention of, wow, we've really increased the school. It doubled or whatever it did in the kindergarten. And yes, the latest enrollment is 36, and that sounds earth-shaking. But what you have to do is remember to multiply that see if it continues through the grades. If it does continue through the grades, you get a magic number of 324 students, which is 34 down from the current total enrollment. So it really is not that good. You're so used to such poor enrollment that you get a 36 and you really, wow, you need 40s to keep where you are. So you're going to be down again. But what you do, and you certainly don't know what's going to happen in the next number of years. I don't know how many young families are going to move here. Everybody up on this counter knows that there's houses everywhere in Margate that are being torn down, and the homes replacing them are not something young families can afford. But what we do know is that there are 4 grades in Thai school, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and they will graduate each year and be replaced with 1, 2, 3, and 4 from Ross. And when this happens, we will be down in 4 years, 59 students. And that'll all be in the Thai school. So the Thai school is going to have to drop 59 students, which is an enormous number for 4 classes. Something's going to have to give. And I think what we want to do is we want to have a plan that if this happens, that here's what we can do the first year. Here's what we can do if it's still going on the second year, and so forth all the way through. Right now, there is no plan, and I think you as commissioners should press for a plan. Take a look. Let's see what happens. We don't want to be in a situation where we're down 59 students and then say, what should we do? One thing we can do very easily after the first year is take the 4th grade from Ross and move it into Thai. This way it won't be such a big hit when you lose the first year. And the second year, you can maybe move the 3rd grade into Thai. You can keep doing this and gradually move away from the numbers that are in Ross School. Right now, all of the classrooms in Thai are larger than the classrooms in Ross, which should light up something in your mind to say, hey, the trend looks like all the large grades are here and they're graduating.
Thank you, Art.
You're welcome.
Any other public comment, please?
Hi, my name is Kathy Heitzen, and I live right here, 15 South Washington Avenue. We are having a home raised and reconstructed across the street from my house, and the other morning at 7:15, they were cutting with a saw some very sharp metal, which woke me up. I called the police, and they said they're allowed to work at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week. And I'd like you to think about, consider maybe moving that to 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock in the morning. I myself, I'm a grandmother now, so I have my grandchildren coming, but when you get woken up, especially little kids at 7 o'clock in the morning or on the weekend, because they can work on Saturdays as well, then it's a little too early for everybody. So just maybe that extra hour of 8, and maybe if you want to bring it back in the winter to 7 when there aren't.
Was that a weekend day, a Saturday?
No.
During the week?
No, it was a
Saturday,
week-
it's 8 to 4.
It was a weekday, and Mr. Hankinson told me they're allowed 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And
during
on
the week, 8
Saturdays,
o'clock on
8 to
Saturday and
4.
not on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
But, if you might want to consider that, that would be really good, especially in the
Good.
summer, like maybe 7 during the winter, but it's kind of early. Thank you.
You bet. Any other public comment? Is there a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We'll now open public comment on resolutions. If everyone has an agenda, any comment on those items? Is there a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna?
May I have a motion for resolution number 178, 2019, authorizing payments of claims?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which is resolution number 179, 2019 through 184, 2019?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. Is there anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
now. Just go through it.
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Mayor Becker. Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.